Welcome back, my friends. If you're new here, I am Lance. If you're returning, welcome back. Today we are reacting to another Mike Fire video, Campfire Stories Drunk Schedules. So let's go check that out. Of course, before we do, I'll leave the link down for Mike Fire down below. And then after you come back, after you checked out his channel, come back and say hello. No, like and subscribe, hit that notification, leave a comment. It's always nice to have some interaction. Also helps with the algorithm. And yeah, I'm on Instagram and Twitter. And let's get right into this reaction. And here we go.
Peekaboo, nobody looking. Come on, show me them titties. Bitch, is it too much to ask for to see some motherfucking titties? Fuck this, that's bullshit. I know you a hoe.
I never drank when I was younger. I turned 21 on a Sunday in a dry county, so I got home from boot camp and I had a non-alcoholic drink to celebrate at the bar. I didn't drink in boot camp, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
I did get drunk in combat training afterward, the 3-month active duty period I was in.
Ooh.
It was me and 3 other guys running around town, knocking on massage parlors. Hey, you give happy endings?
Oh my god.
Yeah, you know, stupid Marine shit.
Yeah.
One of the 4 of us...
Fucking boots, man.
One of the 4 of us went off in his own direction multiple times. He's like, where'd that guy go? I don't know. He'll show up again. He always goes off and does his own thing. Well, one of the times he left the group, he got his hand smashed open by a gang and he had to get medical discharge.
God.
Yeah.
Where the fuck were you?
North Carolina.
My god.
Yeah, I was just drunk and, you know, run around town doing drunk things.
Yeah, so
Doing
you
drunk
didn't really
things.
drink a whole lot.
No. The one time I actually got drunk, I was at Kirk's house for a celebration, and I drank an alcohol. I drank
An alcohol.
I drank one
drank it.
alcohol.
One alcohol, please.
I don't remember the specifics of it, but I remember something along the lines of, if I put alcohol in this cup, again, it's still the same cup, so it's just one drink, right? So, 3 drinks in,
Oh god.
I was puking quite a lot and screaming, why do people do this? Long story short, Kirk let me stay overnight.
You can't ship a Theseus a drink, Mike.
That reminds me of the first time I was 16. Yeah. My dad went out of town. He went to Las Vegas with a friend, and I was all by myself. I was probably a sophomore in high school by that time or something. I can't remember. But anyway, I was able to get my hands on, I wanted to so I was like, well, he's going out. He's going to do something at Las Vegas. He's going to have a good time. I want to have a good time this weekend. So my 16-year-old self thought it would be a good idea. I had a friend who was able to get me alcohol. And I was like, just get me beer. I really didn't drink. So I was like, just here's some money and get me some beer. They got me Miller High Life, the champagne of beers. They got me like a 40 of it. I drank all of it. And I got such a hangover within like an hour after I drank it. I felt so sick to my stomach. I hangover before I even like woke up and passed out, or woke up and have a hangover. I had a hangover before I even passed out. It was horrible. I started getting sick. I think I even threw up in my bed. I think it was just a horrible experience. I think I drank it too fast, but it's also, I drank it fast because it tastes like, I'd rather have someone piss down my throat than drink Miller High Life ever again. That should tell you. It was horrible. Oh my God. I'm surprised I never drank again, but I didn't. I did. And then one after that, I upgraded to Jägermeister, which is just as horrible. Vomiting and headaches and stuff. And it tastes like licorice, which I hate, but it gets you trash real quick. Oh, I can't. drink Jägermeister piss warm ever again. Good Lord.
Why do people do this? Long story short,
We're
first time we
stupid.
stay overnight.
You can't ship a Theseus a drink, Mike.
I didn't replace the glass.
It's not the same drink. It's a new drink.
Sober me knows this. Sober
Oh,
Mike is
God.
quite aware.
I don't really drink much either. I never, even when I was in the military, I didn't really drink a whole lot. After like the first time I got completely hammered, and then you made the let's get Zach drunk, which was just the funniest thing to me. After that, I kind of just stayed away from drinking because I can't drink beer.
Oh.
I don't know what it is. I'm allergic to something that's in beer. I don't know if it's the hops or if it's something else that's in it. Maybe I have like celiac disease or something like that, but I can't drink beer.
Okay.
I can still drink liquor, which usually means that if I go to a bar, it ends up being kind of expensive for me to get drunk because I can't drink cheap, crappy beer.
That's why you don't get drunk very often.
When I I just remember when I turned 21, I was at Fort Polk. I think it was a Saturday. I turned 21, and I went out to a gun shop and bought my first handgun. So I was 21, and I'm like, I'm buying a handgun today, because I'm 21 now.
I can legally purchase firearms.
I can legally purchase handguns. I could legally purchase rifles for a long time, but not handguns.
Okay, didn't realize there was an age restriction on handguns.
Oh yeah, it's for long guns it's 18, for handguns it's 21.
Oh.
Those are the legal requirements.
That's funny. A lot of people's like, oh, I'm going to buy, like, I know when I was 18, I bought cigarettes because I was able to buy cigarettes and buy it just to buy them. And I know a lot of people are like, 21, I'm going to go get drunk. I'm going to buy liquor. This man right here, I'm going to buy me a handgun. Oh, teenagers.
Strange, but okay.
Anyway, I turned 21. I went out and bought a handgun. I bought a 1911. Brought it back to my barracks room, which I was not supposed to do. Well, I went out and shot it, and then I brought it back to my barracks room, and I was taking it apart and cleaning it, and somebody kicked open the door to my barracks room, and they're like, "You're 21 today, let's go drink!" And I'm just sitting in my room smoking a cigarette, holding a 1911, and they're like, "Oh, I'll come back later." So I didn't even go out and drink on my 21st birthday. I just sat in my room and smoked Marlboro Reds and cleaned a 1911.
Marble, is that what you smoke with Marble Reds? Oh. I don't know. I've always smoked menthol. Newports are the worst, but I've always smoked like Newports or Camel menthol. Remember the Camel Crush cigarettes? I don't know if some of you don't smoke. It has the menthol little pellet in the filter itself, and you crush it, and then you can smoke it if you want a menthol or a non-menthol. Remember those Camel Crush? I used to fuck with those Camel Crushes. They're expensive as shit, but they were great because you get to either have non-menthol or menthol. It was great. Love those cigarettes. It was the best invention ever.
Marvelous.
Yeah.
People are always asking me about my military stories. Zach's got so many military stories. Why don't you share some of yours? Because I was in the friggin' reserves. I don't have any stories.
You might have some, though.
Here's my entire military career. Went to boot camp for 3 months. Did combat training and job training for 3 months. Went into the reserves for 5 years. The end. The only interesting part is the annual training session, which took place in random places. So I went to Alaska twice, Arizona once, North Carolina once,
Ooh.
and Africa once.
Oh.
So I've got 5 stories from my 5 journeys. The end.
It's disappointing.
For some people, it is disappointing, but you know what? They need to open their ears when I say the military's boring.
Yeah.
You know why you have so many fun military stories? Because you were there for 4 years. You were eventually going to have a story or two.
It's boring. You don't do a whole lot in the military.
No.
Every day after I did PT, I had to go to my job and work on weapons. And there's a lot of infantry companies where if you're not like out in the field doing training, you just sit in the barracks.
Yeah.
You don't do anything. Mm-hmm. You just sit around in uniform and you wait for the end of the day, and then take your uniform off and continue to sit around.
The reserves
Wow.
really aren't that much better. I did my one weekend a month, which usually consisted of driving to base Friday night, having a formation, pretty much doing an hour or two of work, then
Okay.
going to bed. And waking up in the morning, doing 4 hours of work, having lunch, another 4 hours of work. Then in the afternoon, you'd have a PowerPoint presentation. About what? Well, it's either the don't get an STD presentation or a don't rate people presentation. So,
Those are pretty much the only two.
yeah, those you get those on repeat.
Oh, did you ever get the equal opportunity ones?
There were other ones mixed in there.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after all that,
Wait a minute. No. I didn't hear that right.
Or-
What?
then in the afternoon, you'd have a PowerPoint presentation. About what? Well, it's either the don't get an STD presentation or a don't rate people presentation. So,
I never in a million years. Leave it down in the comments. I know some of you been in the military. And I would love to hear your information on this. There's actually, I guess it's only for reserves. Let me know if you were on the actual base. You did some. I didn't know there's videos called. Okay, don't get an STD. I get it. Okay, when you go out, don't fuck a bunch of Bangladesh hookers. I get that. Wrap it up. But don't rape people. Wow. That's actually a PowerPoint presentation. That is what made me have to go, what? Can we rewind that one again? That's a thing. This is a real thing. Don't rape people presentation. Interesting. I would love to know. I would love to see that video.
Those are pretty much the only two.
yeah, those you get those on repeat.
Oh, did you ever get
Wow.
the equal opportunity ones?
There were other ones mixed in there.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after all that, you'd go to bed and you wake up and do it all again Sunday.
It's a lot of hurry up and wait and then sit around and do nothing and wait for someone to tell you what to do. And then sometimes nobody tells you what to do.
And normally, what do you do when you're bored? Well, you might pull out your phone and browse your phone if you have it. But if they see you doing that, they're going to put a broom in your hand and make you sweep.
Yep.
Carry around a clipboard and look busy, or go to the bathroom and wait in the stall for a few hours.
Well, and when I was in, we didn't have cell phones that you could do stuff like that on. Mm-hmm. We would pull out cell phones and compare ringtones.
Oh, remember ringtones?
Yeah. I would go to morning formation, which was at 6:15, but sometimes we had to be there at about 4 in the morning because people couldn't show up on time for formation.
Yeah, gotta love that sleep deprivation.
Yeah. We would wait until they brought the flag up at 6:30. Formation would end. We would go do PT, which would go till 8 o'clock. I would go back to my barracks, quick shower, try to get food, be at work at 9:30. And then from 9:30 until noon, I would work, which usually involved either doing paperwork or fixing guns.
Fun.
I would go to lunch, which was an hour, come back from lunch, do more paperwork, fix more guns, and then hopefully we didn't have to wait around because somebody did something stupid and they would punish the entire platoon. So hopefully, if everything went well, I would be back in my barracks room at 6:30, and then I would just play video games until probably about 10 o'clock at night, and then go to sleep, and then do the exact same thing the next day. Mm-hmm. That was what I did every day while I was in the military.
Did a lot of
You get to play video games? Let me know. I didn't know you get what? How'd you get a system? They allow you. You can't play with your cell phone, but you're allowed to play video games. Is that what we're doing? Is that a thing? Let us know. Let me know. Let us know. Let us all, these people behind me, these imaginary people, let us all know. This entourage behind me of nothingness. Give us the tea. Jesus.
of your fellow soldiers have a similar routine?
Pretty much. Only most of my fellow soldiers involved just drinking when they would get back to the barracks.
Lot
Did
of
you share a
drinking.
room with two other guys?
I had to share a room with one other person.
Was it a decent roommate?
He was all right.
You don't choose who you get saddled with. Sometimes
you
you could have
don't.
an obnoxious roommate.
Sometimes you get Baloney Bob as a roommate.
We remember that video.
So that was always fun. And then at the end of the day, of course,
Baloney Bob.
there would always be something stupid at the end of every single workday. I'd be getting done fixing weapons. I'm getting all my paperwork taken care of, and they're like, all right, we have an end of day formation at the company that's going to be at 5:30. Okay, great, fine. All right, I'll go to the end of day formation. Get to the company, nobody's there. Our whole platoon is there, but nobody else is there. What the hell happened to the end of day formation? Oh, we gotta wait. The first sergeant's off doing something. Cool. So we end up sitting around till 6:30. Still nobody showed up. Finally, the first sergeant shows up at 6:30, and he's like, "Why are you guys here?" And it's because we gotta wait for the end of the day formation. Oh, well, since there's an end of day formation, I guess we gotta wait around till He had never even heard about the end of day formation, but the moment we suggest it, we're here for the end of day formation. He goes, that's a great idea. Let's wait around for the end of day formation. So now we're all waiting around because somebody said the word end of day formation.
Did I say end of day formation? I meant we're waiting on you to dismiss us.
Yeah. So we're all sitting at the company. We're still in uniform. We're hungry. We haven't eaten. The dining facility's closed, so we can't get food anymore. They're like, whoa, here's some MREs. Cool, great. That's exactly what I wanted to eat. I love to eat an MRE and not shit for 2 days. Why are we still waiting on this formation? What is happening? Well, they sent the motor platoon home for the day.
So they gotta bring the motor platoon back now?
So they gotta bring the motor platoon back, and then, of course, a bunch of them are just like, no, I'm not coming back. What are you gonna do, give me an Article 15? And then they don't give them an Article 15. So they gotta bring the whole motor platoon back, and then they have the formation, and the captain of the first sergeant comes up and goes, all right, you guys did good today. Let's work hard tomorrow. Dismissed. We had to wait 3 hours for that?
Yeah.
Why don't you just shoot me in the fucking face?
Getting a little riled up, Zach, as if remembering this is triggering
God,
something
yeah.
angry in you.
Right? There were so many times that I would wait for a formation. We would just be sitting at the company. It's the middle of summer in Louisiana. So I gotta sit in my car. And oh my God, I didn't have AC in my car. So I had to sit in somebody else's car with the AC on, trying not to bake in the fucking sun, waiting and waiting and waiting for a formation to happen. And then
that's horrible.
It doesn't happen. There's no formation. Nobody knows where the first sergeant is. Nobody knows where the company commander is. Why are we having this formation? What is it for? And then it was for nothing.
Nothing.
For absolutely no reason.
I was lucky. I only had a 3-month sampling of this after boot camp. So I know what you're talking about. I didn't have to live it every day for 5 years, though.
You lucked out, man. You lucked out.
Thank God I didn't go active duty.
I'm sure it's better at other postings.
Are you sure?
I'm sure there's other postings where it's better, but maybe not a whole lot better.
Are you sure there aren't more postings where it's worse?
I am convinced that Fort Polk is a penal posting where they send people who have fucked up there.
What did you do to fuck up?
I don't know. I have no idea. Just be me, I guess.
We saw those weebs drawings you drew in high school.
Oh, God.
To the penal colony with you.
Yeah, it probably was that.
This is so stupid. That was a good one. Another thing I was thinking of right in the video, I didn't want to stop it again because I already stopped it a couple of times. I didn't think it would be so much downtime because from what I know, my father's been in the military. He told me stories and stuff like that. And as for now, this is mind you, this is when did he go in the military? I think in the 50s. So what I've heard, there was never hardly downtime. Like they always had you doing something back in the day. I don't know if since the 50s and early 60s has changed from then to now. I'm sure it has. Things always, evolve throughout the generations. But yeah, as far as I remember hearing, there's like any kind of downtime, they will, if they crack you. If they clock you with, they'll just give you some PT work. Go peel those potatoes and all that good stuff. So, or do some push-ups or something. Press iron and polish and break down your weapons and clean your weapons and clean your boots and make them shine so you can see your face and make sure you starch your uniform and press and blah blah blah. It's like, oh my God, I would jump off the Empire State Building if I had to do with all that. But yeah, that's it kind of threw me off guard. There's a lot sitting around. It gets really boring. I don't think they allow you to do that. But let me know. There's probably just different from now than versus back then. So maybe a little bit more information than I do. I'm kind of curious about it. But other than that, it was great. I'm not a big drinker too, so I can get why they're not big drinkers. I do like the devil's lettuce, but as far as drinking, that's like socially once in the blue moon. But yeah, this was a great episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, it's Happy New Year. I know I kind of both my channels I kind of slacked on making videos this December, and my I can tell by my analytics I slacked quite a bit this month. I was just the weather changed. It's a bunch of. I'm just gonna give you a bunch of excuses. Why not? What the fuck, right? Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, just take care of yourself, take care of each other, and bye.